And welcome to episode number 16 of Cody's Business Show. I've managed to find another successful, smart business person to come on here and talk to me about their business and success and things like that. So, anyways, what's up, Seth? Checkmate Flips. How the crap are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm good, man. Very good. So,
Thank you for
I want
having
to
me on
know.
the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on. Yeah, heck yeah, man. Well, also thank you for doing the coaching session with the CCEC Discord. Super appreciate it. Ton of value there. I probably won't ask as in-depth questions about the specific stuff with the eBay to Amazon on here. But if you want to get deeper into some of his strategies, you can check that out at the coaching session we did inside my Discord, or everybody go follow his. I point this way. I should point this way. Go follow his go follow his YouTube, and he goes super in depth. And then also you can watch him play chess sometimes, which I think watching you do the video that you did, I probably got twice as good at chess. That's how terrible I am at it. So I probably got twice as good just by watching a few minutes of yours. So.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Cody.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Well, if you don't mind, can you tell everybody a little bit about your business model, the success you're having, and anything else you want to brag about it. I try not to dote on the people that come on here, because sometimes people are like, no, don't share all that. But yeah, tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so I've been selling online since 2019 now. It just feels strange that it's been so long. Started out with like used clothing, like the whole eBay, like sourcing used clothing. But like today, now what I do is I do online arbitrage. I think most of your viewers know what online arbitrage is, but if you don't know, it's basically you buy discounted from some site online and you sell for retail or higher on Amazon. Sometimes lower than retail, honestly, but depends. But I do completely that. I also work with a prep center. So when I purchase my items, I don't have all of my items shipped to my house. I'm almost completely remote. So probably every couple months, I would have to do some things like to reship out some returns, but like I really could travel completely. I could do this from a laptop. Really enjoy the flexibility of that as well. So a little background as to like sales. Last 12 months, I did around 700K of sales. It was probably around an 11% margin because last year I was selling mostly used items from third-party websites like eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. And a lot of those items have really high return rates. So I was trying to figure out how to navigate all that. Margins are much better now, but we're doing slightly less sales. So just kind of an interesting journey with that. Really been enjoying it.
Nice. So 80,000 profit last year, and you're saying, it wasn't really that good of a year.
I'm very happy. It was a life-changing year, honestly. But
that's
like,
awesome, man.
There's still a ton of growth to do for sure. Like, super, super blessed with the profit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like to contextualize it, because that's such a ludicrous thing that you just, like, the words that just came out of your face are like, I just sit here at home. I could travel full time if I wanted to, because I have it mostly automated through a prep center. Oh, and after I take out all my expenses, I profited, what a lot of people go to college for, like that's a big number. And then, I know you shared the other day some of the numbers. You're talking about having $12,000-$15,000 profit months now with some of the improvements you made. Like, that's incredible, dude. Like, that's such a, like, I have a personal friend who's a doctor, and I also have another friend who's a pharmacist, and I know how much money they make. And like, this is just, it's absurd the amount of potential there is with this. And like, you see it on social media. You see some of these guys are like, I'm making $40 billion a month in profit or whatever. It's like, okay, dude, that's cool. But then you see somebody like you, this down to earth, like, you share, like, breaking down the good, the bad, the profit, breaking down all the numbers, and then you see like, oh, this is realistic. If you just learn the skill, you could be making, like anybody could do resell. Like anybody can open an account. And like just hearing your story, like I'm really inspired by it. So like that's kudos. Like that's really cool. So eBay to Amazon. We talked a little bit about you're doing used stuff, but then you're also doing some new stuff. Uh, what's the 5-year plan? Like where do you go from here? Because you have your list of products that you're replenishing. You have your kind of business model that's going well, but like where's up from here? What do you do? What are you doing with your money?
Yeah, like I've been trying to think about like my 10-year plan. Like I was trying to read some business books and they were talking about 10-year plan. And I'm like, I don't know what my 10-year plan is. Like I honestly don't know. I don't know if I even know my 5-year plan, but I know like
Love it.
so like I played soccer in high school and we
Okay.
did the award ceremony and they like kind of give a comment about every single person on the team. And they're like, Seth, like he is super good in his 15 by 15 yard like section of the field,
Sure.
but the way that he can go from a good player to a great player is by like having a bit more like vision like everywhere. So that is something that I'm trying to work on a lot. So right now I'm in the midst of like I have a list, like a big list of products. I am going through all of these products, trying to identify what the best opportunities are. Like not just stuff that I can make like $40 profit a month on, like stuff that I can make a couple $100 a month and replenish it. Um, Type of opportunities and trying to set up systems to like actually replenish those items on a regular basis. So kind of taking a little bit of a step back in order to make things a lot more efficient. So I guess I'm answering more of like my like several month plan, honestly.
Sure.
But like with money, kind of the money plan for the next year or two is I run my Amazon business completely on cash right now. I want to keep growing that, but not at this exponential like wildfire type of rate at the moment. Um, I'm wanting to grow some wealth outside of Amazon as well to kind of not have it be so lopsided, because
Sure.
like, I don't know if you know this feeling, but like when a majority of your net worth is in Amazon and then like an account health issue happens, that's
Sure.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Like my account health is amazing right now, but like it can go south. Like it happens. So,
Mhm.
um, that's kind of the plan, like super basic investments, S&P 500.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. I think that's a great plan.
Yeah.
Uh, let's look at the chat here. Flipping with Cisco
Cisco.
says two of the most underrated people in the game. Appreciate you, Cisco. Yeah. So back to your money plan. Um, you're all cash. Like you're not leveraging debt at all.
No.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Like, I mean, to me, like, yeah, I've shared some of my thoughts on. I have felt both ends of the spectrum. I've felt extremely leveraged, like to the point, like every single dollar. I guess it was 2021. We we had every single card maxed out. We weren't paying interest. I mean, we were rotating it. I mean, we paid a little interest, but like we weren't like in credit card debt necessarily. Like we weren't like, but we were fully leveraged. Every single dollar was used, and then I took out two separate $10,000 uh personal loans from two different friends, both of whom I met through social media, by the way, and one of whom still in my bolo group. But I did that with pretty good. And then on top of that, I had a business line of credit, a small business line of credit, and then I had something else. I forget. It all runs together. Like I had like a bunch, like,
Yeah.
and it was insanity. I hated it. The feeling of like, if I miss a payment, I'm gonna pay all these fees and like managing all that, and then also, what if something doesn't sell as fast, or what if a payment doesn't come to me as soon as I think it, and you start talking about 50, 60, $70,000 payments, and then having to get that to another company to pay back and manage and figure out which one. Like, it's exhausting. So I
Do you
decided.
regret it though?
Do what?
Do you regret it though?
I don't regret it, and here's why. We leveraged that year to buy the house that we're in, and it
So
was
what you're saying is you leveraged in Amazon to be able to make the profit to actually buy the house.
exactly. We
Okay.
leveraged the debt to build the revenue, and then
Yeah.
out of the revenue, we leveraged the profit, and we're able to buy the house. I mean, we had profit the years before too, so that was good. But I don't think we would have got this much house if I hadn't have leveraged that much debt. So all that to say, I didn't sleep good at night, and I don't want to live like that. So
Yeah.
uh, at the moment, we're still on the same guidelines as we were. I made a post like 3 or 4 months ago. Like, we don't go over a certain amount of debt. Like, the operation just pauses at a certain point, and we don't go past that. And it's been healthy. It's been really good for my mindset and mental health and that sort of thing. And it makes you make better decisions too, because when you are trying to achieve similar results with less leverage, you have to be more creative. You have to be more, you instead of, like you were talking about earlier, you don't buy all the good stuff. You skip a lot of the good stuff, and then you buy the great stuff, the better stuff, and that's. I think it's forced me to be a better business person. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm smirking because I have a silly story about that last year. I took that dynamic to the extreme early last year. I was very much so in like, if I need more money, just open another credit card type of mindset.
yeah,
Um, like similar situation last year. And so I was just like, well, I need to just keep spending more on profitable inventory. And like, if the potential profit works out, like we buy it and
yeah,
like, assuming it like sells fast enough. Um, at the beginning of last year, I was purchasing like good inventory. But then started not only buying good inventory, I was buying used acceptable inventory.
sure.
And like in the terms, like used acceptable, like it can be just the unit. But like I was buying a docking station or like a thermal printer and like sending it to Amazon without the cords, and the return rate was just nuts.
Mm,
Like understandably so. Like if you order a docking station and it doesn't have the cords to operate it, like you're gonna be kind of mad.
wow.
So I was doing that like at like decent scale, and like it like messed me up honestly. Like it was like, and probably part of that was due to like, well, I have $20,000 to spend extra. Like let's spend it.
With the envelope, yeah.
Instead of just like, no, like what are my best products? Like the ones that don't get returned, the ones that always sell, the ones that always make profit, not the ones that are like, this is like pretty good, but like I don't know if a customer is going to be fine with it. Like it goes like even more subconscious than that. It's just like you see the potential profit and you're like, yup, I don't care.
Sure.
And that's a problem.
Yeah. That makes sense. I, I after our coaching call the other day, I bought several things. P.S. I don't know. I don't know if any of your viewers will see this, but your sheet that got shared out had some.
That was banter.
So I genuinely thought it was just a value add. I thought you were just giving out, and so hopefully you
I mean,
got
I'm not going to change it because it is a value add, but
yeah. Well, I did buy something off of there. I found the one I sent you. I bought those. And so that was a cool. I think I'm just gonna hold on to those though. Like I got, but
like buy and hold type of deal.
Yeah, longer. Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, I've got something. Hold on, just a second.
Right.
I bought. Where is? Well, I don't know where the other one is. I was gonna open it live on camera, but looks like I have lost it. I'll find
you
it.
bought a textbook?
I bought a textbook. Huh?
Hey,
Huh? So
that looks juicy.
it's got a little bit of wear on it, but
It was like new. I'm just kidding.
yeah, but I mean that's pretty exciting. I went and downloaded or I bought the free trial of FlipMine, and then I found that on there, and then let's see, I bought one that didn't have a CD and it didn't have the flashcards in it, and so they messaged me when I bought it, and they were like, "I just want to confirm this doesn't have the stuff you want," basically what they were saying, and so I canceled that one, and because I just wasn't sure, and then I bought some retired toys that said that those were pretty cool, and then I bought another thing. It was like a let me tell you what it is. I wanted to open it, dang it, and I don't know where it's at, and I don't want to spend too much time looking for it. Let's see.
That wasn't even that long ago. Your stuff's already arriving.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I've ordered. Oh, I got a puzzle too. I found a sealed puzzle that I got for $7, and it's selling for $34 on Walmart. So check this out. I don't know if you normally share everything you're buying, but I bought this to sell on Walmart.
Yeah, Bob Ross.
It's a sealed Bob Ross puzzle, and it flagged it for Amazon. But when I got it here, I looked at it, and there was no seller on Walmart. So I just I jumped on Walmart and listed it there. But I bought that, and then I bought 2 textbooks, canceled one of them, the toy set. Oh, I also bought another. It's like a manual type book, and then I bought this thing. I have no idea really what it is, honestly. Costco lettering something.
I love that type of stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't even freaking know what it is.
Random stuff.
There's not enough of them.
Somebody out there really wants.
Exactly. Yeah, I can tell you this about this product. There's not enough of them. They can't keep them in. They're not in stock. They're like to buy a new one is you have to pay up for it, and so
like on Amazon or Walmart.
On Amazon or Walmart. So buying it on eBay, doing what you do. After the coaching session, I was like, I'm going to spend 2 or 3 hours and really, I think I'm going to cancel FlipMine. I don't think I'm going to do that, competitively, but knowing like about that strategy, like I think there's other places where I can put that into play. But like that was cool as heck. Like I took what you taught in there, and then I just put 2 or 3 hours of action, and I didn't spend any money on any software, and probably I don't know $100-$200 worth of profit from that. So like I see
your first sourcing session, basically, like you sort $100 to $200 profit. Like
let's add it up here. I'll add it up. Let's see.
Like
it's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Adding it up would be hard because I don't really know all the numbers off the top of my head.
That's honestly hard.
But I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, and the toy I bought. I actually bought 10 of them, I think. So
I like those.
That's good. All that to say, I think eBay to Amazon can make a lot of sense. And the new stuff scares me, because I'm nervous. And one of my accounts is like brand new, and so I wouldn't sell that kind of stuff on there. But like that scares me. But even if I just took that puzzle and listed it used like new or used good, and just put a note, maybe not even used like new, just used good, and put in sealed condition, like
if it's sealed, there's nothing wrong with selling it used like new. There's no less risk of selling it like used good versus used like new.
Gotcha.
At least like IP wise. I mean, like your item is legit used like new,
Right.
because it's new. Just
Yeah.
you don't have a little receipt for it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous about that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but even if you just source the stuff that you could buy used to used, there's still, I mean, there's so much. Like
That's
sitting
what
on,
I did completely last year.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah, completely.
Going through Flipmon, you literally hit a refresh, and I'm not like an expert on there at all, but just playing with it, the little bit that I did, like you hit refresh, and it's just like boom, 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 boom. There's more, and I don't know how they're doing it that fast because I ran some tactical arbitrage searches and I did some stuff on my own, and the quality of my finds were significantly less. So Flipmon is doing something smart because I mean they're pretty spot on. Like, I mean, they're like, it's just lead after lead after lead. And so, all that to say, I can see how what you're doing makes a ton of sense. And so, maybe if I ever get bored and have more time, I think I would enjoy, doing that more. But I'm so swamped with some of the, stuff I'm already doing. And so,
Yeah, and it's like once you have a system in place for finding profitable products, like for me, for example, I get pretty hard shiny object syndrome
yeah,
thinking about eBay to Walmart.
sure.
I like that probably is a very good opportunity right now. Like you could sell red restricted stuff on Walmart.
Yep.
You don't have to care about IP issues the same way.
Yep.
There's not this big account health. I mean, I don't know, maybe the grass is greener on the other side type of syndrome, but
Sure.
that's a good opportunity. But it's like what I'm doing is like working and great, and what you're doing is working and great. So like, why get sidetracked and like do 5 things? Honestly,
Yeah.
like we're gonna do better. Like whatever we put focus on is gonna do better. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. But with that said, I think, when I first saw Raken talking about eBay to Amazon, I thought to myself, that's not like that's not real, or like that's like much harder than it looks, or something. I was generally pessimistic about it, and then after doing a few hours looking into it, like I almost think that someone brand new coming in could almost like get traction faster doing doing the eBay to Amazon rather than doing the stuff that I'm doing, which is all new retail online arbitrage stuff from major stores. So I don't know. All that said, like it's it's very cool, and so I wish you the best of luck. Keep. I think you'll find something eventually that's like where you catch lightning in a jar. Like I like look be looking for that. Like I think you could find something that's like this particular seller on eBay gives you a full, first look before they list everything, or like you get like a library or something, or like, so I don't know, but like there could be an opportunity where it's just like 10x's you in a year, type of thing. Cause like it wouldn't be that hard for you to find, I don't know, Costco, whatever the little brand of that thing I bought was, like somebody has a warehouse where they have tons of stuff like that. Like you could get something like that. I I think like I could see how it could get a lot bigger, a lot fast, really fast for you. So
Honestly, that's a really good reminder. Like 2 things. Number one, like if you have some kind of relationship with eBay sellers where they tell you about certain things that you're on the lookout for before they even list them.
sure.
Yeah, that like I've actually done that a couple times with a few things. And I should probably lean into that more. And then also like last year, like it was like 70, 80K profit, around 35K was from like one brand, like a couple ASINs. Like,
Nice.
so like I don't have a product like that right now, but like I should be like low key, I should probably have another virtual assistant like looking for opportunities like that. Cause like
Sure.
there's probably something out there right now that I just don't know about.
Yeah.
That like I can make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 profit a month on, but I don't know about it yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It always it makes me think like a fisherman goes out and they're, fishing in the ocean, and they're fishing, whatever they're looking for. And they never try to fish for the big fish, right? They just fish for the stuff that's going to feed their village. And then one day they catch a big fish on accident, and then they start to fish for that bigger fish, and that's how the operation grows. Like you're being faithful and doing what you know to do, and then because you're doing that, you see this other huge opportunity and you run into it. And that's been the story for me. I've consistently grown that way, just not being scared. It kind of sounds like flashy object syndrome, but if you're careful and you're disciplined and you know what your vision is, and what you're doing with your business, like it's not that. Like, you're exploring new things that could be a big deal for you. So yeah, I hope to have you on again in like a year or 2 years or something. You're like, man, we're doing 10 million, or something, something crazy. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's almost like with that same analogy though, like at a certain point, like in order to catch the big fish, you need to switch your bait up. Like if you are sending in like this little bait, like this like 400-pound fish isn't gonna like grab that bait. You need to
sure.
like like I'm sure you think about this all the time, but like what can we do in our business to like increase our leverage or like our hourly input versus like output, you
Yeah.
know? So like if for me, like I'm spending way too much time going after these like little like $20 profit a month or like $42 profit a month ASINs
Yep.
or like all these things, like I could probably increase my leverage by just like actually looking for the bigger opportunities and like saying no to more things. So yeah, that's just a really good reminder for me.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. There's some
And
wisdom
there's
there.
the trade-off of like you can just stack up all those like little ones and they're like easier to find, honestly. So it's like,
Right. Yeah.
what's right? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play
For
devil's
me,
advocate for both sides of it.
yeah. For me, two things that I've done that I think will be really smart long term. One is building the social media side. Like, sometimes I hate this crap, man. Making videos every day and like recording and like doing like a lot of it is exhausting to me. Some of it's not, but some of it is it's like it's a little bit draining. But I think long term, my mission, my personal, like what I want to do in my life, I want to help people, like underprivileged people, like I want them to be able to follow the story and see the opportunity. And like I really want to help those people. Like, um, I know people that $500 a month would change their life, would like blow their mind and change their life. And so I want to help that type of person, learn business, see the opportunity with legitimate, business. And so I think social media over 10 years is going to make that way more possible. Like creating content like this, somebody can log on, and from this, if you're watching this in 3 years and you just got out of prison, or you're a single mom or whatever, go start your Amazon account right now. Start consuming Seth's content, start consuming my content, and anybody can do this. They don't check your criminal record or your credit history. They don't check if you're gay or straight. Nobody cares. It's the business. Like you're in the marketplace. Just open a store and just start. What's up, Echo Flips?
Hey, Cody, the other Cody.
Yeah, the cooler Cody. Um,
That's
but
weird.
but I mean, if you're watching this and you're in one of those situations, like anybody can do this. Like even what he said, like starting with used clothing, the opportunity with just going to thrift stores and selling used clothing could make you $1,000, $2,000 a month, like next month, if you'll just like start, building that. So that's the thing for me. The other smart thing I think I've done this year that adds a lot of leverage to my business is getting on Walmart. I'm basically able to test my products on Amazon and Walmart at the same time, and some of them do really well in Walmart, and then some of them do really well on Amazon. And Walmart's been a huge huge part of my business this year, and so I think go in that direction. I've learned a ton, and I've already pulled my hair out with them so much that I know enough to keep getting traction. And so I'm gonna pin this comment here. That's awesome. Anyways, well, we said 30 minutes. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So before we get off, I always ask this question for people that come on here. What advice would you give someone, say they just got out of jail, or they just they're trying to get off of drugs, or maybe like a dumb 22-year-old kid that's trying to get into this world? What advice would you give them to go from $0 to $1,000 a month in profit?
Yeah, kind of like we were talking about earlier in the stream. Like, some people go to college for 4 years and they're making like X amount, and like I think being aware of the fact that, like, when you start reselling, like, just because it's a self-employment type thing or a business type thing, or like Cody's making 9K a month or 11K a month, like, just because of that, like, doesn't mean that you're going to come in here and like after 6 months you're going to be making like 6K a month. Like, it's a whole like skill set. But like the really freeing thing is like, even to just sell used clothing, like once you understand like how to search eBay sold listings, and like maybe like go to the Goodwill outlet world where there's cheap clothing, or something like that, and then learn how to list an item and then learn how to ship an item, like those skills together will make you $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, more if you hustle. And like, it's the same thing with selling on Amazon used books. It's the same thing with online arbitrage. And maybe like online arbitrage or retail arbitrage there's more skills going together. But like, once you learn those like foundational skills together, like you've leveled up your earning potential, and like you have a skill that nobody can take away from you, with no requirements based on like your background of like going to jail, or like you're a single mom who doesn't have much time to like go somewhere else. But like, it is going to take time at the start, unfortunately. Like, some people start and they're like, I have 8 hours a week, like I'm going to make 4K a month. Like, you need to treat it pretty seriously. Like, most of those people who are like, yep, I'm going to spend 8 hours a week, like, just, it doesn't work out because they don't get enough traction. Like, you can spend 8 hours a week after several years of building those skills, in my opinion. What are your thoughts, Cody?
No, I think that's very beautifully put. Learn how to source, learn how to find stuff, learn how to list it, learn how to, fulfill it when it sells. And then that's the basics. Like, just do that, and you're going to learn so much from your first sale to your, 25th sale. Like, you're going to learn so much in between those, those two sales, that you can build a business on, and just keep getting better. I started with, what was your first flip? Real quick, what was your first, like, how'd you get into this?
I bought a Vans t-shirt for $3 from a thrift store. I sold it for, I think it was $7.60, and first shipping was cheaper then. So it was like $3.20 to ship. So like after fees, I think I made like $1.
Nice.
Like, it was as basic as it gets.
That's awesome.
I had the impression that I needed to like stage my pictures, like model them. So we had like the t-shirt like outside on like a black and white background. It was ridiculousness, but like made that first $1 and build from there. What about you?
My first thing I flipped was some gym equipment, and that was the
lucky.
Yeah, well, it was before all that was hot. So it was like, this was like 2016, 2017. But I realized that people didn't want to people didn't want to store gym equipment, and so we were literally picking stuff up for free, bringing it to our garage, staging it, and selling it back on Facebook. And that was our first, foray into.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was cool. So, well, man, I can't wait to have you back on. And for anybody who's watching live, I'm also about to go on to Seth's channel and do an interview for his YouTube. So if you want to come over there, I'll be telling some of my story. And man, thank you so much for popping on here and for the coaching call for my Discord and for all of that. And so you got your free month into the at our Bolo group too, right? You're in there.
I did.
Cool. I got you as close friends too, so hopefully you'll get some value out of that. So
thank you.
Cool. Well, man, thank you again, everybody. Have a good day and goodbye.
Bye, guys.